Hello there, and welcome back to MidLife Rises. I'm Cheryl. So today is Easter. A lot has been going on, and within reason, we are in the Lent season. Just keep the faith. Keep the faith. If I tell you half of the things that I have to deal with sometimes, I've said this before and I'll say it again. We don't see things in the back end, but just have the faith that it is being taken care of. Don't forget to pray and just keep the faith. I promise you things will work itself out. It always does. Like I've indicated before, we have different seasons, and to me, like, mine come around like very often, but I keep the faith and it just works itself out. So we are in the midst of making a good bit of changes. I should change the background soon so that we can be in a more private sector. I just want you to know that I am thinking of you. I'm thinking of all the different things, all of the requests. A lot of us are still coping with manipulative and abusive adult children. That is like the main core right now, but just know that a new day is coming. When I had my situation, I tried everything, but I never stopped praying. And that is what you have to do. This one is so much harder because it's the ones that we gave birth to, which puts us in a position where you have to know how to deal with it, because it is not like a friend or a sister or cousin. This is your child or your children. And so the way you have to deal with it is a lot different to if it was someone else. You've got to be sort of like a sponge hammer. And this is where we're talking to give what we call tough love. But again, you've got to be strategic because you cannot be abused. You cannot be taken advantage of. And so you wind up in what we refer to as being between a rock and a hard stone. I've been through that, so I am talking from experience. When it came around for me, I turned every which way. I was thinking, Dr. Phil, I would have done anything. It was so painful. I always know what to do, and I was against a wall because it hurts. It hurts beyond anything that you have ever experienced. So I can be empathetic. Just don't stop praying, because that's what I did. I ranted and I raved and I did the colonel thing. I fought back. But again, you've got to watch how you're doing it, because you've got to be strategic. These are your children, but you still have to make sure that you harden your backbone. It's a situation where you've got to kind of be in control, but you've got to fight back, and you can end up being completely pulled out of your character. I'm experienced with certain things, and if I battled with it, I can only imagine someone who is not versed, someone who is not used to confrontation. I've lost 2 cousins a few years ago, if you've looked at past videos. And one of them, I believe, this is what took him out. He just couldn't cope with what he was seeing, because you're not expecting these things from your children. But it happens anyways, and when it does, you've got to deal with it accordingly. Just keep looking for your different outlets, but don't forget to take care of yourself, and do not forget to pray. Now, because we've gotten so much of a response on this, we are setting up another system where we can deal with things individually, and this is one of them. So just hang in there, and we will notify you once we have everything in place. In life, I realized that we really got to do the chameleon thing. That's one of the things that I did learn from my dad, is that you've got to adjust to whatever situation is happening. And I guess it gets more challenging as we get older. Keeping the faith and just moving, accordingly is all we can do at this point. One day you will wake up and things will be better. Things will work itself out. This situation that we're talking about with our children, it is different things that happens that causes it. From my psychology background and from my own experiences, if you're paying attention, you can tell exactly why this thing is happening. And I'm going into this a little more in details around this, Easter season, because this is the time where we struggle to get our peace and we want to have our joy. And these are the times that we will get challenged, because it is Lent season. Palm Sunday, our Savior. I don't know what your beliefs are, but for the believers, this is the time that our Savior got totally tormented. He got tortured. and he died and got up today, Easter Sunday. So who are we to go through whatever challenges that we have? Just keep the faith. And these things happen with our children. 9 times out of 10, it is from influences. It is from, private anger, bitterness from the child on what he or she feels that you did or you didn't do. But when it is coming from the influence of another parent, it makes it worse. It makes it harder to deal with. When you don't have that support from the other parent and they are enticing the fire, it makes it much more difficult for that single parent. And it can be a father, it can be a mother, it can be either one. But when you are standing alone and the other parent is part of the problem, it makes it harder to deal with. But it is not impossible to fix. Again, just don't stop praying and keep the faith. I promise you, tomorrow will get better and you will not believe that it's behind you. Just pray, keep the faith, and know that things will work itself out. Okay? Check us out at midliferises.com. We are doing some updating with the website. Do subscribe to the channel. We have things like this coming all the time. If you are looking at this channel right now, you are someone that is over 40 and most likely you're having some kind of midlife issues. We would like to hear from you. If you want to have a topic discussed, please feel free to reach out and let us know. All right? Happy Easter to you and yours. Please remember, we are still in the middle of a pandemic. Wear your mask and be conscious of the things you do. We want to stay healthy. We want to be happy and safe. Again, stay safe and be well. And we will see you next time. Take care now. Bye.